Hello, third grade scholars. This is Mrs. Bissone. I wanted to take a few moments to read the remainder of the math materials for you this week that haven't been covered in the previous video. So we're going to start with Module 16, Lesson 3. It says 179 on the bottom. I am not going through these problems with you. I am only reading the materials on the screen, and I expect you to go ahead and complete the work independently. If you have any questions about whether or not your answers are correct, or you have a question about how to do the problem, please let me know. Send me a message. I'm always available for you. All right, this says, recognize and generate equivalent fractions. You can find equivalent fractions that name the same amount of a whole. Find equal groups. The rectangle is divided into 6 equal parts. 4/6 is shaded. 3 equal groups are circled. 2/3 is shaded. 4/6 equals 2/3. Use a number line. The distance on the number line from 0 to each fraction is the same. Circle equal groups to find the equivalent fraction. Shade the number line to find an equivalent fraction. So I would encourage you to listen to the reading of the words, pause the video as you're working through the assignment. All right, we are now on page 181, Module 16, Lesson 3. Recognize and generate equivalent fractions. Each shape is one whole. Shade the visual models to find the equivalent fraction. Each shape is one whole. Shade to show equivalent fractions. Shade the number line to find an equivalent fraction. We are on the next page. It says 167 on the bottom, Module 15, Lesson 1. Compare fractions using concrete and visual models. When you compare two fractions of the same sized whole, make sure the wholes that you show are the same size. Zoe practices soccer for 2/3 of an hour on Monday and 2/6 of an hour on Tuesday. On which day does Zoe practice longer? Compare 2/3 and 2/6. Use fraction strips. Shade each whole to show the fraction. More area is shaded for 2/3 than 2/6. Zoe practices longer on Monday. Using drawings. Each whole is the same size. Shade each drawing to show the fraction. Less area is shaded for 2/6 than 2/3. Shade to show each fraction. Write less than, greater than, or equal to. Compare 2/8 and 2/4. Compare 3/6 and 3/8. We are now on page 153, Module 15, Lesson 1. Compare fractions using concrete and visual models. Bianca and Chad are both reading the same book. Bianca has read 3/6 of the book. Chad has read 3/4 of the book. Who has read more of the book? Use the visual models to show your work. Bianca, Chad. Blank has read more of the book. Use tools. Javier studies for 1/2 hour on Wednesday and 1/3 hour on Thursday. Show the fractions on the number lines. Compare the times. On which day does Javier study more? Wednesday, Thursday. Javier studies more on blank. Math on the spot. Suri is spreading jam on 8 biscuits for breakfast. She frosted half of the biscuits with peach jam, 1/4 with raspberry jam, and 1/8 with strawberry jam, and 1/8 with plum jam. Which flavor of jam did Suri use on the most biscuits? We are on 169, Module 15, Lesson 2. Compare fractions with the same denominator. To compare fractions with the same denominator, you can compare the numerators. A blue ribbon is 3/6 yard long, and a red ribbon is 7/6 yard long. Which ribbon is shorter? Compare 3/6 and 7/6. Draw a visual model to represent each fraction. 3 equal parts shaded, 7 equal parts shaded. The holes are the same size. The equal parts are the same size. Which model has fewer equal parts shaded? The model for 3/6 has fewer equal parts shaded. 3/6 is less than 7/6. The blue ribbon is shorter. Compare the fractions. Write less than, greater than, or equal to. We are on page 155, Module 15, Lesson 2. Compare fractions with the same denominator. Math on the spot. Gary and Vanessa are comparing fractions. Vanessa models 2/4 and Gary models 1/4. Vanessa writes 2/4 is less than 1/4. Look at Gary's model and Vanessa's model and describe her error. Error means mistake. Vanessa's model, Gary's model. Compare the fractions. Write less than, greater than, or equal to. Which fraction is less than 3/6? Now we are on page 171, Module 15, Lesson 3. Compare fractions with the same numerator. To compare fractions with the same numerator, you can compare the denominators. Today, Juan read 3/6 of a book. Andy read 3/8 of the same book. Who read more? Compare 3/6 and 3/8. Use fraction strips to compare the fractions. The wholes are the same size. The size of each part gets smaller as the denominator increases. Each 1/6 is larger than each 1/8, so 3/6 is larger than 3/8, or 3/6 is greater than 3/8. When the numerators are the same, the fraction with the lesser denominator is larger. Juan read more. Compare, write less than, greater than, or equal to. We are on page 157, Module 15, Lesson 3. Compare fractions with the same numerator. Reason. Hector and Zoe each shade same-sized flags. Hector shades 3/6 of his flag, and Zoe shades 3/8 of her flag. Who shades more? Use the visual models to explain your answer. Compare the fractions. Write less than, greater than, or equal to. Math on the spot. James ate 4/8 of his pancake. David ate 4/6 of his pancake. Who ate more of his pancake? James said he knows he ate more because 8 is greater than 6. Does his answer make sense? All right, that is the end of the reading for our math work for this week. Once again, let me know if you have any questions or you need additional help. I hope that you have a wonderful day of learning.